Hey y'all, it is February the 4th, 2019. We're still in the early stages of the morning out here, fixing to watch the sun come up. Y'all, while we're taking a moment out here to just kind of center ourselves and get ready for the day, I brought a whole bunch of stuff out here as you're looking at right now. And you might already understand that what you're looking at is a whole bunch of supplements. Right? I wanted to do a video about supplements today, and we're going to address a couple things, some concerns that people, typically have in regards to supplements. Like concern number one is, do supplements work? There's a lot of people out there who say supplements don't work. That's a Ponzi scheme, or that's just trick you and blah blah blah, get your money. And then secondly, more specifically, we want to address the concern of Alex Jones, which I know his name haunts a lot of people. I don't know. A lot of people think about him a lot. And they think he's a trickster and this and that. And so his supplements are obviously faulty and good for nothing. Right? We're going to address that. We're going to address those couple concerns later on here in this video. But before we get started, I wanted to just let everybody out there know who doesn't, who may not know. I know most people wouldn't know. The first YouTube video that I ever made, here's a clip. So I figured I would go ahead and instead of trying to explain all of it to him in person, I would just make this video displaying a lot of the different supplements that I've been getting lately, trying to work on my health. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very important. A lot of people don't understand that we're not getting what we need in our diet, most likely here in America. So, all right. So I'm not going to play too much of it. All right. But the first video that I ever put up onto YouTube, ever, was regarding supplements. All right. And it wasn't what I had planned out. It's just that I was, considering having a YouTube channel at that particular time. We're talking about 4 some odd years ago. And I was thinking about having one, and then a friend at work was talking to me about, the supplements that I take, because he would see that I bring in certain supplements. And, we started talking about it, and I, decided, hey, instead of just, telling you about this and that, and not giving you a good picture, I'll make a video about it, and I'll put it on YouTube, and I'll send you a link. And that's what I did. So that was my very first YouTube video, and I was talking about supplements. And years later, I'm still here buying supplements and stuff like that, and I want to explain why that is. First concern, sorry about that, still early in the morning, but first concern that a lot of people have is that supplements don't work. All right, they're not made to work. I guess it's supposed to be a trick or something like that, or people don't really need it. People's body, they have all sort of reasons. People's bodies can't process blah blah blah, this and that. All right, so it's all a waste of money. And I gotta just let y'all know, thank you for the concern, for the people out there who voice that concern. But just so that y'all know, I don't have extra money, right? And the thing is, you're looking at a whole host of different supplements, and there's a lot we're about to go over. These are the ones that I use personally, that I have access to right now. And of course, there's going to be more as time goes on. All right. But the thing is, I don't have very much money, so I don't have money to waste necessarily. But I want to think about supplements because it confuses. I've known and talked to people who got like their associate's degree in nutrition who tell you that supplements are good for nothing and it's kind of a waste of time. All right. So I wanted to just address that first and foremost. Like, I'll just give you some examples. You got certain supplements, to include this one, and we're going to talk about this one a little bit later. Milk of magnesia, equate and stuff. You got certain supplements that they're going to have an effect on your body, All right. I'm here to tell you, you can't have more than 4 teaspoons of this without it having a serious effect on your body. All right. It's going to affect it in a way that's undeniable. All right. And so that's basically what these supplements are here for. You should see a difference. If you don't see a difference, then you should stop buying whatever it is you're buying, the supplement and things of this nature. Of course, the biggest problem is that, number one, people buy products that maybe aren't good, right, and waste their money that way. Or maybe secondly, they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what to look for. They're complete strangers to their own body, all right? So the thing is, what I gotta let you know is supplements actually do work. A lot of people will tell you, oh, no, and I've gotten different various comments, oh, supplements don't work, or only this works, and blah, blah, blah. Well, here's the thing. Supplements do work. And like I said, there's a way to find that out. All right. It's called detective work or investigation. Basically, you're going to have to experiment on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll come past an ailment. Like, for example, and we'll just start off here. This is pretty crucial. Although it's kind of, it's not really, I'm saying? I don't have to be gentle with my language. But as far as digestion, just to dive into it, at the beginning of my supplements, digestion is key for me. I'm not very good at digesting things, all right? In fact, there's certain things that will basically shut my digestion down. And so that if your digestion shuts down, pretty soon later, you're going to die. It's not going to take very long before you start dying. If your digestion is really all that messed up and you don't maintain it, it's not going to be good, especially for me, all right? So start off with the digestive aspect. Now, I got some supplements right here that I could show you. This one right here, it's called Regulis. You can get it from InfoWars. I actually had to get a refill because I'm all empty on it, but it was pretty awesome. It's a daily thing, all right? It daily keeps you pumping out the jams, if you know what I'm saying, which is pretty crucial. This right here, I got this at the store, Naturalax. That's probably, I would have to say it's like a watered down version of this. This is a little bit more powerful, to be honest with you. But I got this one because it was at the store and I was just at the store. Thought I would pick it up. It's good for keeping you regular. For all us grown-ups and stuff, and you might have a problem with staying regular, it's a good idea to stay regular. Anybody who's had problems with it knows that you might want to stay on top of that. Some people have problems with digestion, don't even know it, don't even realize they can't go to the restroom every day, and that's actually a problem. That might be making them obese, or it might be giving them all sort of different, health problems, all right? So I wanted to discuss that. You got these things, especially this thing. You get this from InfoWars. We're going to talk about Alex Jones a little bit later. That's going to help regulate your digestion if you have concerns about that sort of thing. Now, if you run into a problem that's like an emergency, like just for example, I don't want to get too graphic with y'all, but for me personally, if there's something that my body is having trouble digesting, it won't be able to remove it sometimes. Sometimes the waste is not removed. And what happens is it stays up in there. It stays up in me. And what it does is it basically festers and it begins to become hard. All right? A lot of people have this problem, and they'll use certain things called stool softeners. All right? You can find that at a store. All right, or they might use, other little. Here's an example of what some people use for what's called constipation. All right, it's called Colace. I just bought some the other day, and it was all right. It kind of worked or whatever. But if you need your stool softened, I don't want to get too. You know what I'm talking about. If you need that, you can tell it's an emergency. You're gonna want something like this. And I'm sure there's other stool softeners, but I would definitely recommend this. Although, it's a terrible taste. It's like you're drinking chalk. It will get the job done, all right? You're going to get stuff up out of you, all right? So, but I want to move on from that. Those are some things that if you have digestion or any of these issues, man, just holler at me. And trust me, I have some experience in that. And that's an example of a supplement that's just undeniable. right? I mean, there's certain kind of foods, whole foods that you can get out there that help you with your regulation. Of course, you might want to, supplement. You might want to really come in hard and heavy with solutions. If the whole foods and things of this nature are not cutting it, which typically they don't. I've worked in farming and stuff like this. You know, our food that we eat is becoming less and less nutritious as time goes on. Until we start improving our practices, that's a whole different other video. All right, I only have so much time on this. Left in the data on my phone and stuff. I got about 15 minutes, so we're going to see what else we can go through in this time period. Thanks for chilling with me. This is just kind of like us hanging out and sharing with each other. I thought I would share this with people just because I have a lot of experience in it, and people might be experiencing some of these problems or these issues. I got the digestive thing out of the way. I want to talk about, in no particular order, here's X2. What it is an iodine supplement. Right? A lot of people have thyroid issues and stuff like that. A lot of people have obesity issues and things of this nature, and their body is becoming bombarded with all sort of toxins and things of this nature. All right. Sometimes it'll affect your thyroid real bad, and it'll make you actually gain weight and this and that. You won't be able to control it. The reason is because a lot of people are deficient in many different minerals, but a lot of people are deficient in iodine. All right, and an iodine supplement will do a lot. Like, there's a lot of benefits when it comes to an iodine supplement. I just gotta let y'all know it does some stuff to my skin. Like, it makes my skin more better and clearer in complexion. Number one, that's something that I can notice was coming with the iodine and stuff like that. And I do just happen to feel better, and it does kind of give you something of an energy kick. I'm not saying it gives you energy. This is another iodine supplement. All right, this is X3 from InfoWars. I'm not saying that like it necessarily gives you energy, but what it does is it seems to open up passageways to let the energy flow. All right, there's a number of things that iodine does, and that's one of those things that I would recommend for anybody. That's a good starter supplement and stuff. You're gonna want some of that iodine, especially if you're taking showers and stuff in this fluoridated water and stuff. It's having a negative effect on you, whether you know it or not. If you're getting city water and it's all fluoridated, it's going into your skin and stuff like that. And if you're drinking it, that's even worse. All right, so iodine is pretty dang good for that. And of course, there's different things that might go with iodine, all right, like selenium and stuff like that, that helps the iodine work. I'm not a biochemist or anything. I don't have degrees in it, but understand that certain nutrients do work with other nutrients. Certain supplements will work very good with other supplements and improve your health. But the problem is that you have to have some idea of what you're doing. If you're absolutely clueless, not going to help you. It's just not going to help you. All right. So there's iodine. There's a lot of benefits to looking into iodine. I would suggest that you do it. This X3, just to be real brief, it tastes real good. It feels real good. And Alex Jones actually described the new delivery that it has in comparison with the X2. And I see exactly what he's talking about. X3 is actually more palatable, and maybe it's delivered better than X2, although X2 is pretty dang good by itself. And I got actually a little storage of it. Sometimes, like, I'll get, if supplements are on sale, especially at Infowars.com, you could tell when stuff goes on sale. When it does, I buy a lot of it, right? Because I don't have money to waste. I honestly don't. All right, so whenever I can get a sale on stuff and get it cheap, maybe get it in bulk, that's what I do. All right, so seeing as we don't have a whole bunch of time, I want to keep pressing. Here's another thing, actually, and I forgot to bring this up. It's about digestion. Right? As far as you have trouble digesting certain things, like I'll come across bread. San Antonio is the world capital of tacos, by the way, breakfast tacos, if you will, all sort of tacos. Bread and all this stuff, it has, like I said, it'll throw a wrench in my system. It'll kind of mess me up real bad. So if I am about to eat bread, maybe a little bit or something like that, it's a good idea to pop this. I have this. Papaya enzymes, you can find them in a lot of places. I especially find it at HEB. God bless HEBs. If you're in Texas in the United States, HEB is a place to go. They got what you need, all right? They got everything, all right? Forget a Walmart. But I just wanted to show y'all that right here, just to, keep it pressing. We got Ultimate Fish Oil. That's another one of these nutraceuticals that will have an effect on your body, all right? It'll make you feel different. Now, this one is a new one that I've been trying, this Ultimate Fish Oil from InfoWars, but another one that I don't have on hand right now is Nordic Naturals. If you ever see that, if you ever come across that, that's fish oil. It's definitely, it comes in a liquid in a bottle, typically. I think they have it in other ways, but it has an orange flavor and stuff, man. If you just take a swig of that, you'll feel a difference. That's the thing. It's kind of hard to argue against it. Supplements do kind of work. As far as fish oil, I got to let y'all know that if I take some, pretty soon after, these are capsules, so it kind of takes a while, but Nordic Naturals is instant. I noticed what it'll do is it'll loosen me up, like it'll give me all loosey-goosey. Basically, it seems like it provides like a lubricant to my whole body, the fish oil, and perhaps it just makes your brain function a little bit better just because it's kind of like on that level. All right, so fish oil, that's another one. If you want to start out in supplements, fish oil is not a bad place to start out. All right, and here's another thing for digestion real quick. I didn't get it from InfoWars, but it's organic apple cider vinegar. Bragg's is the big one that you can get pretty much anywhere. But like I said, HEB, if you can read right there, HEB, they do it better and they do it cheaper. And I can't help it. I don't know. I can't help but get it. I love me some HEB. All right, they got all sort of different products that you might need, to include apple cider vinegar, unfiltered, with the mother, everything that you might need. What it's going to do is help you out with probiotics, help you out with digestion as well. Digestion is a big thing for me, just so that you know, because it's a big problem for me, all right? And it's actually a big problem for a lot of people with autism, all right, or different various things. Your immune system becomes compromised. Sometimes your digestion system becomes compromised as well, all right? And, just because we got to get out of here pretty soon and stuff, we're winding it down. I want to show you this as well, liquid aminos. That's part of my food. It's like a supplement, but you put it on your food. Basically, when people ask me about the liquid aminos, what it is soy sauce, and that's actually from Bragg's. That's that national company that you're gonna find everywhere. What it is soy sauce, but it's created in a different kind of way. And what it does is provide all sort of amino acids for your body. If you're a very active person, and you should be, then it's a really good idea and stuff. It's very, very salty, just like soy sauce. It's exactly like soy sauce. And before I go on any further, a lot of people are very scared of sodium, right? Very, very scared of it. In fact, they'll get put on all sort of drugs, say by doctors and stuff, and they tell the patients, don't ever have sodium ever again. All right, so they're very scared of it. All right, the thing is, you shouldn't be scared of it. I eat sodium all the time. That's just my suggestion. I'm not a doctor. You can't take my word for it, but I do eat sodium all the time, to include this sort of stuff. I love my food very, very salty, right? To the point where people freak out about it, and they say, oh, you're going to die soon. Not really. I feel really great. Actually, the salt and the sodium actually gives you more energy. It makes your vitality stronger. It makes you more vigorous. However, if you're taking in all sort of sodium, you're going to have to note that there's a potassium balance with the sodium that you might want to be concerned about. Not only that, you should hydrate yourself as well. And I can't stress that enough. Drink water. Most people don't drink enough water. And there's spots in America, or there's spots in the world that aren't like America where you can't get water. You don't have access to water. If you have access to clean, filtered water, and I'm not talking about city water, God bless you. God bless America, all right? A lot of people don't have that access. All right, but I'm a very big fan of sodium, to include this sort of stuff. I love salty food, like I said. It gives me all sort of energy, but I also hydrate myself. There's a ebb and a flow to it. You can't just be eating salty things all day and not drinking water. That's why people become very thirsty when they're eating salty things. You just have to listen to your body, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And earlier, I did point out the selenium. I got one of those, and I can't speak too much to that, but except that it's a good coupling with iodine. They work together pretty well and stuff. I wanted to mention that. Shoot, we only got a few more minutes left, y'all. Thank you for, and I hope this helps. And just whatever supplement type of comments you got, and the comments, if you want to help people out, if you got some experience and stuff like this, if you want to suggest a supplement, feel free and stuff. This is what we're going to be focusing on a little bit more as we're thinking about health, we're thinking about vitality, as we're thinking about strength and things of this nature. I'm going to bring this up. Got Ultimate Bone Broth. All right, I got that from InfoWars. That's a pretty good protein powder. A lot of people like protein powders, all right, because they're the kind of supplement that you can really notice. And in that, when you use protein powders and you exercise a lot, your muscles become bigger. And this is why people believe in protein powders. And that's why they don't so much believe in other supplements, because they can't see the results so much as with protein powders. You know, and I've gotten that a lot. Protein powders work and other supplements work. They all work. It's just that you have to know how to use them. Ultimate Bone Broth is some of the best, just because not only does it have that protein powder, but it adds a meat element to it. It adds the marrow and the bones and stuff like this. That's going to actually help you with your bones and your cartilage. If you have arthritis problems and stuff, it's going to help you build back your own cartilage and stuff like that. It's very good. And I actually mixed it a whole bunch. It's about empty. I mixed it a whole bunch with this. In fact, there's a whole slew of things that I put in here. In this container, I mixed up a whole bunch of things. I couldn't tell you all the ingredients right now, but we might make a video about it in the near future. But Garden of Life's pretty dang good. I mean, it's a meal replacement in that it has all sort of protein in it and other different various nutrients that might help you out. And that helps me out a lot with my eating habits, which is going to be a whole nother video. It's going to have to be. But it helps me out a tremendous amount with my eating habits. And not only that, although it's kind of expensive, it's going to save you money. It saves me money, all right? And I want to explain that more in the other video. All right, hold on, I gotta cut and here. Hold on, I'll be right back. Hey, I almost forgot a couple of different supplements. I almost left them off the table, but they're actually pretty dang good. I gotta let you know, first of all, I want to point out this one. Super Blue Silver, and this is an immune gargle. You spray it all into your mouth, spray it down in your throat. If you got an itchy throat, if you feel something coming on and stuff, trust me, I over the past few weeks, I've felt certain tingles and tickles and stuff, and whenever I do, I spray this directly down my throat. Don't get any ideas, but I spray it, and the problem gets solved. It really does get solved. And the other one, it's basically the same thing. It's Silver Bullet in this bottle form. I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing. It's that one sprays, and the other one is just in like a dropper. All right. Especially wanted to bring that up because these actually are pretty crucial, man. These have helped me out a lot. Right? Number one, I have a tooth, a bad tooth or whatever, that I need to go to a dentist. It's been years and stuff. It's not painful or anything, but sometimes it'll act up. I do need to go to a dentist, get it pulled out. But for example, if that starts to get infected, and y'all know what I'm talking about, this is where people get tooth pains and toothaches and stuff because your stuff's getting infected. And I'm actually prone to ear infections. In fact, I felt an ear infection coming on the other day. And if you let an ear infection get bad enough, you're going to end up in the emergency room. You're going to end up in a clinic or something. You're going to be spending all sort of money. Trust me. You're going to be buying antibiotics and everything else. You're going to be paying the doctor. It's going to cost you money, right? So I felt an ear infection coming on the other day. What I did is I took some swigs of that Super Silver, and actually I have some topical silver cream that I don't have. It's actually at work, but that I put it directly on my ear. I could feel it. My ear was getting infected. It was swelling up and it was starting to tingle. I could feel it coming on, and so I hit it with some Silver Bullet. Guess what? I don't have a problem. Right? I don't have to go to the doctor. I don't have to get antibiotics and this and that. I hit it off at the pass, and now I don't have a problem. So the silver saved me a crap load. I don't know how much money it saved me, but it did save me a lot of money. All right. And you definitely should get you a stock of this. Definitely. All right. Just in case for infections and stuff like that. You do not want to be in that situation. You do not want to let it get to, especially in an emergency situation. You're going to want that silver bullet, I promise you. And let's continue with the supplements. We're almost done. We're going to press through. As far as what I got to show you right now, we're pretty much almost done with it. Now, this is my collection of supplements that I got right now. And before we finish off, I do want to address the concern. A lot of people say, oh, man, look at all these things. You're spending all your money on these things. You're wasting all your money and stuff like this. Meanwhile, you know, doctor bills are pretty expensive, number one. Maintenance is probably better. Prevention is probably better than going to the doctor, breaking yourself off, all sort of thousands of dollars. But not only that, although looking at all these supplements, you might think, oh, it costs a lot of money, and it probably does. You get it one by one, and that's how I do it, because I don't have a lot of money, all right? So I get it one by one as I need it, and eventually it builds up. If you ever seen that movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood, and he has a garage full of tools and stuff, it builds up, right? You don't buy it all at once, because you don't have that kind of money. Neither do I. But you just buy one by one, and eventually you'll build up to everything that you need. And that's what I encourage and stuff, man. Little by little, just spend some money on yourself, on your own health. And these supplements, you're not going to be like chugging them down. You're not going to be gobbling them up. It takes time to get through all these supplements. It takes time to implement all these supplements. So you're going to notice that although, you know, there's a lot of money involved over the span of time, you're not actually spending all that much money in order to keep yourself well maintained. All right. And, you know, if you build up your stock, you'll be able to take advantage of all sort of deals and sales and stuff and get stuff for cheap. That's what I would recommend as well. So before we get out of here, I do want to point out this. I got this from Shockley, and I get some products from Shockley. I know a guy who's very big on Shockley, so sometimes I get their products. It's a detox liver complex. There's certain organs in your body that's building up toxins, just to let you know. Because of all of our disgusting diet, basically, and, you know, the chemicals that are coming into our body, they're building up and stuff. And you might want to think about it as far as detoxing certain ones of your organs, like your liver, is probably a good idea, to be honest with you. And a lot of people have a problem with that. I just noticed this is another laxative. I have a few of them. I like to experiment. I like to find out which ones are better than others. You know what I'm saying? It is about the results for me. So I do have a few. This one's all right, too, as well. I think this is from Shockley. So I got that on deck in case I need that. All right, another one of the ones that I'm proudest to bring to you, to show you right now. If you have sleep problems, and trust me, everyone I know has sleep problems, but not me, and I never have. But just so that you know, everyone I know has sleep problems, and they tell me about it, and I don't know what to do for them, but I do tell them about certain things like this. Knockout from InfoWars. If you're not familiar, thing is, you might know that I have an overnight job. I work overnight, all right, which is not exactly my favorite thing to do, but, you know, I get paid a little bit more and blah, blah, blah. It's worth it, all right? So I do the overnight thing, and sometimes during the day, it's hard for me to go to sleep. When the sun is up, I want to be up, basically. My body wants to be up, so sometimes I get all worked up and I get into research and stuff like this, and it's kind of hard to go to sleep because I be thinking so much. Thoughts be racing through my head. So this right here, although I don't typically have problems sleeping, if I do have a problem, one and you're done, dude. You take one and start breathing in deeply. 30 minutes later, you're going to be out of it, son. You're just going to be gone, and then chances are, give yourself 6 hours at least 6 hours. all right, to get a nice, good amount of sleep, because this thing will knock you out for those 6 hours, all right? And by the time when you wake up, maybe 5 or 6 hours later, you're gonna be ready to go, I promise you, all right? You're gonna have to take my word for it, but this stuff right here is gold. You're talking to someone who works overnight, all right? You can't hardly get no better than that. And I do want to shout out again to InfoWars. I got some vitamins and stuff, and in fact, because of sales, they were having all sort of sales. And dude, InfoWars is some of the best when it comes to sales. I know because like I pay attention to prices of things, and I can tell when prices go down. InfoWars has some of the best sales, so I was able to get 2 months of their vitamin fusion for real cheap, y'all. Real cheap. You should take advantage. Go to the InfoWars store right now, because sometimes you can get awesome sales. I got 2 months. I don't have to worry about vitamins for 2 months, all right? And it's a very good, as far as this vitamin fusion, you can put it in a smoothie, and I use smoothies, and I'll use this and stuff. And there's going to be a video later about making the smoothies. I make a smoothie almost every day and stuff. It's really beneficial for my digestion and stuff like that. It keeps me going and things of that nature. It gives me all the nutrients that I need. And I'll definitely throw in some of this vitamin into the smoothie, because it's a powder form, you know. It's not like a pill. You take a pill or a capsule, and it distributes itself at its own leisure. This is like powder form, so you could take as much as you want, just as long as you want, basically. It's all up to you. And I would suggest that there's a lot of other vitamins on the market that are pretty good, and there's a lot of other vitamins that are total garbage and trash, but you got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to spend your money and stuff. This vitamin mineral fusion right here, I suggest it to anybody. That's some good stuff right there. All right, now that we've discussed pretty much everything that's on this table at this particular time, I gotta let you know, I'm still waiting on Turbo Force, and I'm very excited about that. And I gotta let you know, Turbo Force or any other supplement, for those people out there who want to get what you would call ripped or cut, or want to lose weight and just be in shape, what you call in shape, none of this is gonna get you in shape, dude. None of it. Not at all. And Turbo Force is no different. Turbo Force is not going to get you ripped or anything like that. If that is what you're attempting to do, it's not going to do that. Exercise is going to do that. And not only exercise, but a certain kind of lifestyle that I could particularly kind of discuss with y'all and stuff. There's a lot of ways to lose weight. There's a lot of ways to get in shape and stuff like this. Supplements are not going to do it, but supplements could help you in certain various ways in your endeavors and stuff like that. So when the Turbo Force gets here in the mail, it's been taking a while, I'll let y'all know. I'll share that with y'all, give y'all my insight on the Turbo Force. And I know there's something else that I'm having mailed to me, but I forget what it is. All right, so this is all the supplements that I had to cover right now. All right, and I realize it's a very long video. Thank you for being interested, I guess, in that sort of thing. But I also want to discuss Alex Jones. All right, because a lot of people do. First of all, there was the first point made that a lot of people think supplements don't work. It's not that they don't work, it's that you don't work. It's that your brain doesn't work, all right? And I'm sorry, but you could waste a lot of your money on supplements. It's very easy to do that. Or, you know, you could put a little research in, talk to some people you know, and get some supplements that actually work for you. And know that you're going to have to be the one putting in the work. The supplements are not just going to do the job themselves. You need to actually put some brain work up in it, all right? And so with that being said, I did want to discuss Alex Jones, because a lot of people have problems with that. A lot of people say, oh, this is Alex Jones. He's just a wild, crazy guy, and he's going to sell you some bull stuff. And you're going to waste all your money on it. And that's actually not the case. I got to point out something that's pretty dang obvious, to be honest. Alex Jones and InfoWars, they reach millions and millions of millions, tens of millions, easily, every day, all right, as far as the radio program, this and that. The videos they put on the internet, a lot of people see it, all right? It's a very small fraction that actually buys the supplements from InfoWars, all right? Just to let y'all know. And thing is, here's what I got to point out about supplements. You can listen to someone on the radio. You can listen to Alex Jones on the radio. You can watch him on the YouTube, and he is on YouTube all the time. You can do these sort of things, but even if you enjoy that sort of thing, it's not gonna make you buy supplements. That's key to understand right now. Most of the people who listen to Infowars are not buying the supplements, right? So it's not gonna do that. Not only that, when you buy the supplements and it turns out that they do nothing, that they have no reaction. All right. I don't care how much of a big fan you are for Alex Jones. You're not going to buy the supplements again because they're too expensive. It'd be way too much money to spend all this money on stuff that doesn't work. That being said, the reason that people buy continuously supplements from Alex Jones and Infowars, and they do it for years, like myself, is because they work, dude. I don't have enough money to buy stuff that doesn't work. If you understand where I'm going. All right, so there's a lot of people that obviously are trying to destroy Alex Jones in the mainstream media or whatever you call the ancient stupid head media. And they're trying to say, oh, he's got these supplements and they don't even work, and then he's tricking people. And that's impossible. You can only trick people for so long with supplements that don't work. They're not going to buy them. All right. So as far as the millions of dollars that come into Infowars every year, that is because of supplements, and it's because they work. If they did not work, this whole thing would have exploded on Alex Jones' head a long, long time ago. You need to stop and think about what exactly you're thinking about nutrition. A lot of people are very paranoid and stuff like that. And you should, like I said, there's lots of ways to waste your money when it comes to supplementation. Lots of ways, all right? I suggest that you get with somebody you trust and you really discuss some stuff and figure things out. And it's not going to cost you all that much money. And it is going to be a lifestyle change, and your lifestyle will change for the better. You're going to get in all sort of good shape and good health. And meanwhile, most of America and the rest of the world, they're going to rely on some doctor. All right. And that doctor is going to lead them slowly into the grave, whether or not he wants to or not. He doesn't even know any better. All right. So we got a couple of options. So I appreciate all y'all out there. It's February the 4th, 2019, and y'all, I'll holler more at y'all about this kind of stuff, man, because we need to get strong. Before we get out of here, we're in a war, all right, period. I don't know what stage you think it is, but regardless, you need to be strong. You need to be healthy. Your loved ones need to be healthy. You need to think about that right now. All right, because when the time comes, if you don't have that health, you are going to be so out of luck that it won't be all that funny. It's going to be real ugly, actually. Anyways, I'll holler at y'all, and I appreciate y'all.